Forward. Welcome everybody, and let's get going. We'll start in our seated position. I'm going to sit onto my blanket, soften my seat a little bit. I'll mute you all. And I'm so happy you're all here. Happy New Year. Our first practice of this brand new year. The general manager at the gym that I teach at, he said, Happy New Year. New year, new you takes on a whole new meaning for you this year. I was like, yeah, you're right, it does. Because now I'm going to be a mother. So crazy. All right, so let's find this nice tall seat. Roll the shoulders maybe up and back a few times. Just start to notice how your shoulders and upper back are feeling. You rock your head a little right and left, or a couple little neck gentle swoops. Right, relax your jaw. Maybe open the jaw, move it around a little bit a couple times. And then when you're feeling good and ready to settle into a little bit of stillness, find that. Relax through your knees and your hips, but feel this lengthening up through the crown of your head, heavy shoulders, relaxed face. Maybe your eyes closed if that feels nice for you. And if your eyes close, or whether you have a downward cast gaze, just with your next exhale, start to soften from the head down, from the top of your head down. Just through the face, through your jaw, through your tongue, your neck, your shoulders. And notice as you breathe in, maybe a little bit of a lift of your chest, feeling your ribs float a little bit up from your hips, and keeping that lift as you exhale. Just feel the perimeter of the body, shoulders and arms get a little heavier. And start to slow the breathing down. So intentionally try to take a deeper breath in and slow the exhale down, especially. We're really good at taking long and slow deep breaths, but sometimes we forget about how we can control the exhale to be even longer than the inhale. With a little contraction at the back of the throat, we connect in with our Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath, and we can start to hear the little whisper of breath inside of our skull, inside of our body, helping to bring our awareness really inward into our body, into our mind and our heart, into the muscles, bringing oxygen into our bloodstream, creating an optimal blood oxygen level by really deep, thoughtful breaths, helping to keep our organs healthy by breathing deeply. And just start to notice how you're feeling here as you slow the breathing down, find stillness in the body. Notice if it's hard to kind of just focus on breath, if the mind feels busy this morning, it's okay. Maybe it's been a productive morning. There's been a lot of things and tasks and to-dos that you've been putting on the list, getting ready for the week ahead. Maybe it's been a little bit more chill because it's so chilly outside here in Boise. It's like 19 degrees. We woke up, it was 16 degrees out. I don't think I've ever seen it that cold here before. And it's just gonna stay cold. And so personally, I took it a little bit more slow, and it's really what winter is about, is just kind of this nesting inward period where we get to do less because there's less light. It's colder out, we're inside more. And sometimes that can feel hard because we're so good at doing so many things, because we're human beings, right? We're amazing species that can accomplish a lot. And so maybe through this practice today, you observe where you're pushing yourself more than maybe you need to. Maybe you can back out and do a little less today. Maybe there's moments that you do want to push yourself, and that's good too. But maybe just working on finding this balance, recognizing that we can choose to do less and we can choose to do more. And there's a sense of peace in that kind of control. And so let's do our Samavriti equal part breathing. We'll do 4 rounds of breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out for 4 counts. In and out of our nose, and connecting with your Ujjayi breath too, to really restrict the flow of the air through the throat so that we're warming the oxygen and slowing it down at the same time. Open mouth exhale, get empty and feel tall in your spine. Starting with our inhale through the nose for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then a natural breath in. An open mouth exhale, release, let go. Let your breath do its own thing now, come and go. And again, relax around the eyes and your jaw, release the tongue away from teeth. We'll meet our palms together in front of your heart. And drop your head down, bowing in, and take a moment here to set an intention, a mantra, an affirmation, whatever is resonating with you, to just guide you through perhaps just this practice. The first part of this year, January, just this week. Not necessarily a goal, but a deeper inner feeling of how we want to present ourselves into this world, things we want to feel more connected to. And we'll take a nice deep round of breath with that intention in our hearts. And an open mouth exhale. Release the hands, blink the eyes open, let light back in the body. Let's lean back a little into our hands, let the legs go straight, and just circle your ankles around. Move them right, move them left. And then switch the cross of your legs. Come back to your seat. Inhale your arms all the way up. Good, and then open wide like you're pushing thick air down. Spread your fingers wide, squeeze your shoulders on your back, let your chin come down to your chest. And then inhale, flip your palms up and reach up, look up. Lengthen up out of your hips, so push out of the seat. And then open wide, exhale, down, chin to chest, shoulders down. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, open wide and come down. Now just gaze forward and flip your palms up, reach your arms out to a T. Then drop your thumbs behind you as your pinkies lift, so you're externally rotating your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulders, lift your ribs, lift your chin, look up, inhale, lift your heart more. Big exhale, squeeze the muscles on your back. And then flip your palms up, palms face forward, or thumbs up, palms face forward, and then drop your palms to face down. Drop your thumbs and internally rotate your shoulders is where I'm going. Drop your head forward. So you're rounding your back, but push your palms up so that they're level with your shoulders. Inhale to the back. Exhale, squeeze your belly in. And then spiral your palms up and back again to our external rotation. Feel your ribs and the front body open up, and you lift and push out of your hips, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming forward, spiraling your palms into internal rotation, dropping your head forward, chin tucking in. Inhale, spiral. So we inhale with the movement into external rotation, and we exhale here. Inhale, spiral forward into internal rotation. And then exhale here. Inhale to the movement, spiraling, opening up, lifting out of the hips, looking up. And then inhaling, spiraling forward. Feel a little fatigue through the shoulders and the arms. Notice how your mind's like, you can stop now, but just keep going, right? Build some heat energy in the muscles, wakening them after their slumber of sleep or whatever we were doing, being stagnant at our desks this first part of the day, whatever. right? Keep going. Just find this movement. And we're initiating the movement, we're starting the movement with our hands. And it's spiraling all the way up through the shoulders and traveling up through the neck. And even our rib cage, our sternum, and our upper back are starting to move with it. Just keep going, rolling forward, exhaling, squeezing in, inhaling, rolling back, expanding, tilting forward on the pelvis. So you feel this movement now all the way through your spinal cord, hugging the belly, tucking the tailbone as you round forward. Let's do a couple more. Inhaling, opening it up. Right, so we're elongating the muscles between joints, elbows and wrists, shoulders and elbows. We're also helping to increase blood circulation. Spiral forward with our last exhale. And then come up to a neutral spine. Sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale your left hand down. Spread your palm really wide and reach that right arm over towards the left, bending your left elbow as you do. Anchor your right hip down, your right knee pushes down. And try to rotate your left ribs up towards the ceiling as you inhale, look up. Exhale, just reach through that top arm. And then start to relax your left ear towards your left shoulder. Stay here in the side bend, but lift your right arm up. Face your right palm to the right side of the room and start to reach again to shoulder height. Your left ear is heavy to your left shoulder and you're reaching like someone's pulling your arm over there to the right. Almost like you want to lift, but you're not going to lift up out of this side bend. Relax your jaw. Maybe you start to rotate your gaze down a little bit, get to the back of the neck. Breathing in, sending big breaths into this space, these crevices of the neck. Maybe you rotate your chin up towards the ceiling and lean your head back a little bit, still reaching through that right arm. And then we'll just gaze forward neutral. Let that right hand pull your torso all the way up, right? Good. Pause here for a moment, take a breath. Sigh it out. And then inhale your arms all the way up, lengthen, push out of your hips. Exhale, right hand down, palm wide, fingers wide, bend the elbow, reach that left arm over. Push away from your right hand to anchor your left hip down, relax your knees. Rotate your right ribs up towards the left. But as you do that, notice if your right shoulder hugs forward. So try to keep that right shoulder rolling on your back, broaden across your chest, and just reach through that left arm. Big breath into the left ribs. Reaching, rooting down. With the next exhale, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Already you can feel a little neck stretch, but then lift your left arm up and flip the palm to the left and start to reach shoulder height, wrist, elbow, shoulder in one line parallel to the ground, and relax the neck, relax your jaw, your eyes. Just send really deep breaths into the neck here from your shoulder, collarbone to your jawline. Maybe you lean your head back a little bit here. Rotate your chin down towards that right shoulder. Rotating the gaze upward towards the ceiling. And then looking forward, let the left hand pull you all the way upright again. Pause, take a full breath up the spine. Exhale it out. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist over to your right. Drop your arms down, left hand to that right leg, right hand's behind you, maybe on the ground, maybe just floating. Because you're trying to lean a little forward on your hips, tilting forward on the fronts of your sit bones. Gaze all the way back over your right shoulder. Again, feel your left shoulder pull down so you get a little neck stretch there. And if it feels good, you can just lean your head back towards your back body, opening again that left side neck. Feeling your rib cage help you twist. Another big breath. And then we'll lift the chin parallel to the ground. So if your head's tilted back, just lift. Lift your left arm up, lift your right arm up, face forward. Twist over to the other side. Really nice movements and warm-ups for our spine here. Roll the shoulders in your back, pull that right shoulder down as your chin moves over your left shoulder. Big breath, tilt forward on your pelvis. Lift up through the belly, the ribs, the heart. Twist at your rib cage. Relax the jaw, another breath. Maybe you're starting to lean your head back again, or opening up that left side neck or right side neck. Feeling the right shoulder pull down. And then lifting the head, chin parallel to the ground, gazing forward, lifting right arm, left arm, all the way up, reach up, reach up, reach up. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Close the eyes. Think of your intention. Take a breath. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. And then release your hands, open the eyes. Lean back again, let your legs go straight. Shake them out, shake out those feet. Roll the ankles around. Not only ankles, but toes. Spread your toes really wide and then scrunch them in. And then spread them. Notice what's going on with the toes. And then scrunch. Good. Shake it out. And then we'll come on to hands and knees, tabletop position. I'm going to bring a blanket under my knees today because my knees have been a little sensitive. So if you need a little padding, find a blanket or a towel and just fold it on up. Find yourself in tabletop position. Start swaying your hips right and left. Notice the hips, what's going on there after being seated for a little bit. And then just do hip circles. So not really huge circles, moving our shoulders really around, but really just moving the pelvis around. Massaging inside our hip sockets just with this movement. Good. Go in the other direction if you haven't already. Find some deep breaths, connect in. These movements are good for any body, even if you're not pregnant. All right, Dad? All right, and then we'll pause here. Rotate your fingers to the outer edges of your mat and then towards your knees as much as feels good for you. So we've got a nice little wrist stretch there. Tuck your toes. Knees are under hips. Round your spine into cat pose as you push away from your hands. Tuck your tailbone in, drop your head. Inhale, drop your belly, come into cow pose. Pull your hands towards your knees as your chest pulls through the arms and lift the chin. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, squeeze your inner thighs together, push away from your hands, drop your head. Inhale, cow pose. Really, we're just warming up here. So give yourself grace if you feel like it's not the biggest back bend or forward bend, rounding of the spine. Really opening up through the wrists and arms can kind of limit. And that creates a sense of awareness of how everything's connected, right? When we're starting to stretch our arms and move our spine at the same time, notice how mobility is a little bit different versus if our fingers were forward and we weren't really stretching the wrists. We could focus more on just the spinal movement. Couple more. Keep all of your knuckles down on the hands. So pushing thumbs down, middle knuckles of the fingers. Okay, one more round. Maybe you bend the elbows a little bit, looking up, lift the chin, and then exhale. Squeeze into the midline, and then neutral. Slowly, your toes are tucked. You're going to bring body weight back to lift your wrists and your palms and your thumbs. Fingers push down, and then come all the way up. Sit on your heels. Bring your knees and toes together. Woo. Shake out your arms and hands. Jeff and I have been doing some painting of our house. We painted our bathroom. We took wallpaper down in our kitchen. And yeah, because that wallpaper has been up since the 60s. So you can only imagine how beautiful it was. And we've been painting a lot. So my arms and hands are a little bit tired. All right, let's interlace fingers here. Press your palms forward, tuck your tailbone around the spine, again, like a cat pose. And then lift your hands up, tilt your tailbone behind you, do a little cow pose, look up. And then exhale, round and squeeze the core in and press forward. Inhale, open up. So now we can really focus on the spinal movement. And then exhale, tuck the tail, get all the air out. Inhale again, open up the ribs, pull up, 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 up. And then exhale, round. Come up to a neutral spine, lift up to your knees, open your arms, and then release your hands back down. Untuck your toes, tap the tops of the feet on the floor. Okay, all right, find yourself into cow pose. Hands are a little bit more forward than shoulders. Look up, inhale, tuck your toes, down dog. Lift your hips, head drops between your arms as you push away from the ground. Start to pedal your legs here. Get a little more movement now through the lower part of your legs. Get calves to heels. Really lift up to your tippy toes so you feel nice opening through your arch, releasing symptoms of plantar fasciitis. which really is just another word for stiff feet, right? One of the main things you can do for plantar fasciitis is stretch your feet, stretch your calves, right? And so the mobility that we can do here in down dog is really important for just keeping those tendons and muscles on the bottoms of our feet nice and limber and mobile. Start to open your feet as wide as you want and walk your hands to your feet, forward fold back here. Relax your head. Grab your elbows if you want to. Sometimes it's nice to massage your hands, and you can do that with your feet. So bend your knees a lot, and you can actually lift your toes up and your kind of the base of the ball mound of your feet and bring your right hand underneath your whole foot. So the whole hand is underneath your foot. So your toes are right at your wrist crease, tips of your toes at your wrist crease, and you can just like wiggle your toes around and massage the meaty part of your hand. Trying to keep balance here, you could do both hands at the same time or switch which hand you're doing. One time in class, actually, you may have been in this class, it was at Move a few years ago. I had a student do this and he fell forward. So don't do that, please. I don't want you to fall. You can do one hand at a time or just bend your knees enough. It's not about straightening legs. It's just about massaging your hands. When you're ready, release your hands if they're there. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins, pull your chest forward, and then hands to hips, exhale. Bend your knees a little bit, reach your tailbone back, pull your heart forward, take another breath in. Squeeze your inner thighs and your core in. Exhale, and then inhale, pull your chin forward and rise all the way up, strong legs. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms come up. Open your toes to point to the outsides of the mat. Maybe your feet go a little wider and then sink down into our low yogi squat. One of the most foundational positions we can do as a human being. If any of you have watched the Netflix series Blue Zones, they talk about this position a lot because in a lot of different cultures in the world, they sit like this doing gardening and whatever, like cooking and stuff like that. So this is really a foundational posture, which is hard for us in the West to do because we don't typically do this. And it's a huge hip stretch. Take another full breath, lift your spine. Exhale, squeeze the core in. And then walk your hands forward into downward facing dog. Step your feet about hip distance, wiggle it out. Relax the back of your neck. Take a breath in and a breath out. Push away from your feet, come forward into plank pose, and then hold it here. Either your knees stay up or your knees come down. I'm going to come down because I'm growing a baby. Not good to do extra core work for my growing abdomen, my stretched ab muscles, but you guys can stay there. And you can squeeze the legs in towards each other like you're squeezing a block between your thighs. You can feel the muscles wrap around your bones and your chin and chest pull a little bit forward. Take another full breath. Big exhale, be strong. And then bring all of your weight forward. Chaturanga, or knees can come down first, lowering to your belly. Untuck your toes. Pull your chest forward. Cobra pose. Lift up. Squeeze your glutes. And then exhale, back up, tabletop or plank, and downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale again. With your exhale, walk to forward fold, back of the mat, hands to feet. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, hands to hips, stay here. Bend the knees a little, reach the tail back, hug the core in. Exhale, everything out. Pull your chin forward, inhale, rise to standing. Arms come down, exhale. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Start opening up your feet wider, toes out. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, Malasana, low yogi squat. Inhale, lift your heart to your thumbs. Big exhale, squeeze your belly in, squeeze your thoracic spine in, or your thoracic diaphragm in. Another breath. Pelvic floor can contract. And then walk forward, downward facing dog. Spread those fingers, step your feet hip distance, lift those hips, push out of your hands, core is strong. Take a breath. Head relaxing. Inhale to plank. Hold it here, exhale or drop the knees. Inhale again. Big exhale. Shift forward in breath. Slow chaturanga for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale to your back bend. Lift up, lift the chin up, look up. Exhale, lower maybe halfway, press the knees or plank, downward facing dog. Another big breath. Open the mouth, exhale. Untuck your tailbone, so bend the knees a little, reach up to your tail nice and high. One more inhale. Forward fold back of your yoga mat. Right away, halfway lift, inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Hands to hips, elbows up. Inhale, pull your chest and chin forward, rise up. Exhale, hands by hips. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Gaze up, exhale, hands to heart. Open up your feet, toes out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink back or down, hips to heels, Malasana. I don't know what I'm saying. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen through the neck. Exhale, hug the core in, pelvic floor in, thoracic diaphragm in. Another breath. One more. And then downward dog. Step forward, feet hip distance, big breath. Long spine, head heavy. Inhale, plank pose. Hold it, exhale. Inhale again. Big exhale. Shift forward, in breath. Chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to a back bend. Pull your ribs up, forward, out of the hips, look up. Exhale, lower halfway. Press to knees or plank, tuck toes, downward dog. Great job. Big inhale. Sigh it out. Let's bring the toes together now and lift the right leg up high. Bend your right knee, push your left heel down, reach your knee up higher and try to lift your right hip on top of the left hip. Good, now straighten your right leg. Inhale, exhale, step forward between your hands. You can always use your right hand to help get it there. Drop your left knee down. Keep your left toes tucked under, push away from your right heel and inhale to rise up. Bend your elbows, grab your elbows with your hands and lift up through the ribs to elbows. Full breath in. Big breath out. And you might want to sink your hips forward, allow that to happen if that feels nice for you. Or you might want to press away from your right foot and tuck your tailbone so you lengthen through that left quad and up through your hip a little more. Another breath here. And then lean towards your right side as you exhale. Try to lift your ribs and heart up, lift your chin up. Exhale, reaching to the right, leaning to the right. One more breath. And then inhale, come up to straight spine. Open the arms, circle them to the ground, outlining that foot. And then move your left foot over to the right. Walk your hands to the left long edge of your mat. And then pause here. You're going to do a little side lunge. So right toes are pointing forward. Bend into that right knee. You can kind of push away from your hands as you do. And then press away from the right foot, come back. So your left hip's over that knee. And then bend again. And then come up. Exhale, bend. Now let's add a little traction. So keep your left hand down, bring your right hand to your inner right knee, and push it away as you bend into that knee. And then inhale, come out of the bend. Exhale, bend into it, push the knee away. Again, and exhale. All right, come back, left hip over knee, come to stand on that left knee. Okay, now we're here. And we'll bring your right forearm onto this right knee. Boom. As you do this, notice that your left shoulder might come down. So bring your left hand to your hip and pull that shoulder back. Rotate these bottom ribs up towards the left ribs. And you're trying to keep your right knee over that heel, pushing your left hip towards the back of the room. Then reach your left arm down and palm flips up, start to reach it up and all the way overhead. A modified side angle pose. Now it's easy for us to kind of sink against this right shoulder and just kind of rest the head and the neck there. But rather than just dropping in and having no engagement around the shoulder, engage. Push away from your right elbow, roll that right shoulder on your back, and feel your neck be really long. All sides of your neck are open and spacious. Big breath here. And out. Okay, now we're gonna flow a little bit. Lift that left arm, let it pull you up, and lean down. Land your left hand down to the back of the mat. Reach your right arm up and come into a side plank. So your right leg straightens, your right toes rotate to this left long edge of your mat. Squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward to the wall that you can see. Reach your right arm back behind you. Really open up across your chest. Take a big breath in. Lift your chin away from your chest, lean your head back too. And then hug your core in, reach your right arm straight up, right above your shoulder, flip your palm to the back of the room and reach all the way overhead. So you're really in a long line from your right wrist to your ankle. Breathe and send breath right into that side body. Okay, now right arm comes up. We're gonna bend your right knee so you pull the heel back in where we started. Okay, and then start to sit down onto your left heel. Okay, and then your right toe or right hand is in front of those toes. Lift your left arm up and reach it towards the front of the room. Yeah, good. Nice big breath. Your right elbow and arm are pushing against this knee to rotate your chest towards kind of the back of the room over there. Nice big breath. Good. And then back to our side plank. So our left arm lifts, we land it down. We push away from that left knee to bring our hip right on top of the knee and straighten that right leg as your right arm comes up. And then reach all the way to the back again. Open up that hip crease that we just creased a lot. Okay, and then we're gonna come back into our modified side angle. So right arm pulls up. We can pull that right heel in, push away from your left hand maybe a couple times, stand back up, right elbow to your thigh, left arm up and all the way forward. Good. All right, so that's the flow. There's a lot of transitions, but you can do it, right? It's just 3 postures. We go from this modified side angle to our side plank to that like half squat, the half malasana. Okay, so back, inhale, lift up, back to our side plank, left hand down, right leg straight, right arm overhead. Right arm lifts, we pull that right heel in again, we sit down on our left heel, right fingers in front of those toes, left arm comes up. Okay, we're almost halfway done. And then lift that left arm, plant it back to our side plank, press away, right leg strong, glutes are strong, reach back overhead. And then right arm comes up, pull that right heel in, push away from your left hand, side angle. Push your left hip to the back of the mat. Okay, one more time, inhaling it up. Drop the left hand, find your side plank, reach back into our half squat. So we sit down on that left heel, we pull that right heel in, right hand down, left arm overhead. Great job. And then left hand down, back to side plank. We straighten that right leg, we reach overhead, we push the hips forward, and then back into our modified side angle. Press, 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 stand. Right elbow down, left arm over. Great job. All right, come all the way straight up, arms wide. Gaze over the right hand and cartwheel your arms down, right hand, left hand. Move your left foot back onto the mat. Tuck the toes, lift that knee up, and then step back, downward facing dog. That was fun, right? Take a big breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, relax the head and neck. Come forward to plank pose, inhale. Hold it there as you exhale or knees down. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend with your inhale, lift the chest, open up. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Okay, toes touch. Left leg lifts up. Bend that left knee. Open up that left hip on top of the right. Drop your left shoulder down as you do. And then push your right heel down. Feel that inner thigh stretch, like you're splitting the legs. And then straighten that left leg, pointing toes. Inhale. Exhale, sweep forward. Step that left foot between your hands and drop the right knee. Tuck your right toes, push away from the left foot, circle your arms up, and then bend the elbows, grab for your elbows. Now, again, you have the option. Do you want to sink forward into the hips? Or do you want to push away from that left foot, squeezing your glutes, tucking your tail, and feel this pull up through this right thigh? Totally up to you and what you're feeling in your body. Lengthen through the elbows. And with your next exhale, lean to the left so you create a nice side bend in the right side body. Lift the chin, lean your head and shoulders back, pull that left shoulder forward so your heart and your ribs in the front lift. And then inhaling, straighten the spine, arms up, open wide, circle to the floor. Here we go. Right foot moves over to the left. We walk our hands over to the right long edge of the mat, keeping our left toes pointing straight to the front of the mat. Both hands down, and we just do 3 little side lunges here, sinking and bending in that left knee. Coming up with an inhale, exhale, sinking. Coming up, inhale, exhale, sinking. Coming up, right hip over knee, pause. Left hand comes right to that inner left thigh, pushes away. So your left arm is straight. And then we lunge again. And up. This is great prep for tree pose. And we will get into tree pose for our balance later, right? Because in tree pose, we have to externally rotate the hip, opening it out as our other hip stays neutral. Okay. Now we'll come to center and we'll stand up. Here we are. Bring that left heel right underneath your knee, right hip on top of that knee, and then left elbow to thigh, okay? And our right arm can land down, and we try to rotate our chest open, right? So you're really kind of parallel to this long edge of the mat. Reach that right arm down, flip the palm up. Inhale, reach up, 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 lengthening through that side body and overhead, right? And you're pushing your right hip towards the back of the mat versus sinking in here. Right? You're pressing away from that left foot, pushing away from your left elbow, feeling really grounded and breathing. Lean the head back if you feel like you're tucking your chin in. And one more breath. Good. And then inhale, that right arm lifts. It pulls you all the way up, and let's lean down to the back of the mat for our side plank. Right palm down, right or left leg straightens, toes point down to this long edge of the mat, left arm up and overhead. And as you reach overhead, you're pushing away from your right hand, your right knee, you're squeezing the glutes and pressing them forward. Full breath. Right, just getting the body used to being in this shape. Okay, and then we'll inhale that left arm up. We pull the left heel in and we sit down on that right heel, bringing our left hand in front of the knee or arm in front of the knee, fingers by the toes. Right arm comes up. Now we're in this like half squat. Nice big stretch and kind of flexion in our right knee. Trying to rotate these bottom ribs that are close to your left thigh towards the right ribs. So you're opening up your chest again. Another breath. Good, and then inhale, lift. Exhale, land that right hand, come back to your side plank, pushing your left heel forward to the front of the mat. Left arm reaches back. Okay, inhale, left arm comes up. Pull again that left heel in, push away from your right hand. Use your core strength back to that modified side angle. Left elbow to thigh, right arm up, reaching overhead. Take an extra breath. Inhale, we transition, we lift. Exhale, we land, we straighten that left leg. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we reach. Inhale, left arm up. Pull that left heel in, sit down on your right heel, half malasana. Left hand down by those toes, elbow to the inner leg, right arm up and over. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale, lifting the right arm. Exhale, landing that hand, straightening that left leg, side plank, push your hips towards the wall you see. Good, back to our side angle, bend that left knee, come to stand on that right knee, left elbow down, right arm overhead. Big breath. Okay, one more round, inhale up. Exhale, land, straighten that left leg, Inhale, lift the left arm, sit down on the right heel. Inhale your right arm up, reach to the front of the room. Inhale, come up, side plank, land, stand on that right knee, reach the left arm overhead, moving a little quicker. Left arm up, stand on that right knee, modified side angle, and we're done. Reach it all the way, full breath. Inhale, just come up to stand, both arms lift. Reach out to a T, gaze over the left hand, inhale, cartwheel down, left hand, right hand circles, right foot comes back, we tuck the toes and lift the knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in, open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees a little, tilt the tail higher so you lengthen out of that low back. Relax the neck and the jaw and the head. And inhale to plank pose. Exhale, stay here nice and strong. We're knees down. You can work just as hard with knees down. Another breath. Big exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Bend those elbows, chaturanga or knees down first for half. Inhale, pull the hands back as you pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, child's pose. Pull over those knees, open them a little as wide as you want. And hips down to heels as you reach your arms forward, forehead to the ground. If the forehead feels far from the ground, bend your elbows, stack your palms, or stack your fists. Relax your arms, your elbows, your shoulders, and just breathe. Relax the jaw, your eyes, slow the breath down. All right, next inhale, bring your arms forward. If they're not, come up to knees, tuck toes, exhale, down dog. Let's lift the right leg nice and high, bend that knee, open up your hip, push the left heel down. Inhale, straighten that right leg, exhale, step forward. Keep your left leg up, bend into that right knee, hug your core in, squeeze the left leg and glutes. Inhale, high lunge. Arms come up, bend that front knee, sink low into the lunge here. And then inhale, lift those arms a little higher. Exhale, warrior two. So you rotate on that left foot, you pivot, dropping the left heel down to the right and bend that right knee, warrior two. Sink down, sink down, sink down, and see, though, that you can see all 5 toes in front of that right knee. Gaze over the right arm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm up, left arm down that left leg, but push your right knee forward to the front of the mat. One more breath. Inhale, back to warrior two. Lift those left toes, rotate to this left long edge of your mat. Heels out more than toes, lift your chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Come all the way down. Hands can meet down to right under the head and walk towards the wall behind you. Or you hold the outer edges of your legs. Breathe deeply. As you breathe in, can you try to feel your heart pull down towards the ground, pulling out of the hips? Maybe your knees are bent a little bit to feel your tailbone lift a little more. Relax the neck and the jaw. Another breath. Good, and then our hands come under shoulders. Pull that right heel in, point those toes forward, walk towards that front right leg, lift that back heel up and step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath here. Open the mouth, exhale. Let's bring the toes together and lift the left leg up. Bend that left knee, lift it up on top of the right, pushing away from your hands as you do, right heel down. Straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, sweep forward, step forward. Find your high lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sinking. Lifting the arms up a little higher. Warrior two, we pivot on that back foot, dropping the heel, arms go wide. Adjusting your stance, squeezing shoulders, reaching arms, gazing over the left middle finger, seeing all your 5 toes in front of that left knee. Left palm up, inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm slides down that leg as you reach your left arm back, and you push your left knee forward. Big breath. Lift the chin out of chest. One more here. Inhale, back to warrior two. Lift the left toes, rotate to the right long edge of your mat. Now hands to hips, pull your heels in. Toes point out. Good. A lot of adjusting of my leggings these days because of this belly. Hands slide down from your hip creases down towards your knees as you bend your knees and sink your hips low. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and you're doing traction. You're pushing at your leg bones and creating space in your hips. So then wiggle a little right and left. Good. Now from here, we're going to find some strength. So push into those feet, keep your hips low, reach your arms all the way up, full breath. Exhale, pull your arms forward, bend the elbows like you're doing a little bicep curl, squeeze in. Inhale, sweep forward and up. Sink your hips lower. Exhale, reach forward and hug elbows in. Squeeze the shoulders on your back. Inhale, forward and up. And exhale, forward and in. Okay, 3 more. Rise up, exhale, hug in. Inhale, maybe you sink lower. Exhale, reach forward and hug in. Okay, another one. Exhale. And then just the arms reach forward and up. Exhale, legs go straight. Woo, hands to heart. Full breath. Sigh it out. Good, hands to hips. Now bend your back right knee, rotating on that heel so the toes point almost all the way forward. Left toes point forward and then step forward. Meet your left foot, shake up the legs. And then let's come to balance, tree pose. So hands to hips. Whew, I'm gonna shed a layer, I'm sweating. We're gonna balance first on your left leg. Okay, so hands to hips. Bring your weight over there to that left. Spread your toes. Have a little bend in your knee. Start to lift your right heel. And then open your right knee. And as you do, we can tend to sink into that left leg and lock out the knee. Push away from your left foot. Hug your outer left hip in. Squeeze your glutes and try to lift your front pelvis as you drop your back pelvis down. Your tailbone lowers towards that left heel. Again, a little bend in that left knee. And you can bring your right heel just to rest on that left inner leg, or bring it to your calf, or reach your right hand down for your right ankle and pull it up as high as feels good above your knee. Push your foot into that thigh, push your thigh back, hands to heart, perhaps. And here, our hips try to kind of angle towards the right. So we're gonna pull the left side of the body to the left, but feel your right knee pull towards the right. So that's earlier when we were doing that traction of pushing that right knee away from us into external rotation. That's what we're doing here, right? And then if you want to grow your tree, reach your arms up. Go wherever you want. Steady your gaze at one point, soften your shoulders, lift your chin out of your chest, connect with your breath. Maybe a little smile. A few more breaths here. Go where you can sustain and maintain the posture, so that you're building that strength in the standing leg, your roots, your tree trunk. And one more breath. If our arms are above the head, we'll meet our palms back together. Take your time as you pull your right knee forward, extend that leg, and then drop that foot. And release your arms. Whew. Maybe you want to bring your left toes to tuck under behind you, right? So you kind of like point your toes back and the top toenails are on the ground. Kind of wiggle around on those toes. Maybe you do some big circles with your ankle. Both directions. Good. And then shake that out. Let's do the other side. So land on your right leg, spread your toes, cover surface area, hands to hips. Okay, and then lift your left heel. So then you can bend a little on your right knee, flex that thigh, squeeze your glutes, and then externally rotate your left hip as you pull your outer right hip in, ankle to ankle, left foot to calf. Left hand could grab the ankle up to the thigh. Push that foot against the thigh. Push the thigh back into the foot. Once you find that connection, hands to heart perhaps, and you square your body off. You pull the right side back, you pull the left forward, and you maintain the breath. Maybe you grow your tree. Softening shoulders, lengthening tail down, front pelvis pulls up. Keep your left foot pushing into that right quad, and that right quad is strong, pushing back. Two more breaths. Hands to heart. Bring that left knee forward, extend that leg forward, and drop that foot. Woo! Shake out the arms, the legs. Maybe you do that same thing you did with that left foot with the right. Moving around, getting a little toe crack. Okay. All right, now we'll flow it out. Stand at the front of the mat. Arms sweep up. Let's open up the feet, actually, toes out, and let's go into a low yogi squat. Probably feels good for that low back. Lift the chest. Big exhale. Hands down. Lift your hips and step far back. Find your plank. Inhale, stay here. Exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, nice and slow. Inhale to a back bend, opening up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big here, big breath here. Sigh it out. And then we'll come on to our knees. Scoot your feet out of the way. Come onto your seat. Let's bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let me just check the time because I forgot to set my timer. Oh, okay, great. We have 6 minutes. All right, bottoms of your feet together. Bound angle. Move your hips back a little bit. You might be sitting on something. I'm sitting on a little support of my blanket. Lift your chest up. Take a big breath as you pull in those legs. And as you exhale, heart leans forward. Elbows can push to your calves or come in front of them. Hug your belly in. And then start to drop your head down. Breathe in and out. Big breaths. And then we'll rise all the way up. Knees together. All right, this is where you guys get to do a little bit of core work. So take your blanket or any support off of the mat, if it's there. Okay, leaning back, coming into bridge pose or boat pose. Option 1, hands down, hug your belly in, lift your chest, and your elbows could bend, squeezing behind you a little bit. Pull your knees towards each other, and you can lift both of your calves all the way up. I'm not gonna do it, but you can. Right, and then if you feel good there and your heart and spine are lifted and long, arms can come forward, both legs up, or you could also just do one at a time. Totally up to you, right? Nice deep breath. Big exhale, squeeze the core, shoulders pull back. Couple more. Knees squeezing in. Can you maybe straighten your legs a little bit? Good. Yeah, get it. Okay, now we'll inhale to a half boat. So you straighten your legs and you lean back, inhale. Exhale, pull up, boat pose. Inhale, straighten those legs, lean back, hover. Exhale, pull back up. Keep going. Inhale, lean back, legs straighten. Exhale, hug up. Forceful exhale. Inhale, lean back. Arms reaching forward. Exhale, pull up. 2 more times. Inhale, lean it back. You got it. Exhale, pull up. 1 more time. Inhale, nice and strong. Exhale, pull up. Now inhale, lean back, go slow for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Great job. 3, woo, 2, 1, and then lower. Land down, reach your arms back, let your legs go long, stretch, arch your back a little bit as you squeeze your glutes. And then we'll bring our feet to the floor. So bend those knees and arms come down by your side. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, and let's make our way into a bridge pose. Press down into your feet, curl your spine up by squeezing your glutes and lifting hips. And tuck those shoulders underneath you as much as feels good for you. And then hold and breathe here. Maybe interlace your hands under you, really feeling your upper arms push down, outer pinky edges of your hands push down. Lift the chin up towards the ceiling rather than tucking in. And then start to feel your heels pull towards your shoulders. So you contract your glutes and hamstrings more. Another full breath. And then we'll lower slowly down. Release hands, lower the spine. Open your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Arms nice and wide too. And rock your knees to the right and up and to the left. And up and right and over. Let's let the left leg go straight. Pull your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in. Tuck your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. And twist. Right or left hand pulls that right leg to the left. Right arm reaches over to the right. Nice deep breath in. Soft exhale. Relax your jaw. Relax your lower back and your inner thighs. And then we'll roll to the back and switch sides. So left knee in, right leg long. Tuck your shoulders, lengthen the neck. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel your arms working. And then your right hand pulls the outer left thigh over to the right, rolling on your hip. And then your left arm reaches to the left. Big breath all the way up to your shoulder. Exhale, let the lower back relax. Let that left shoulder relax. Relax your jaw and the tongue and the mouth too. And then we'll roll on to your back again, both knees up to your chest. Separate your knees with your hands, rock right and left. Come into a happy baby if that feels good for you. Lifting your feet up to the parallel to the ceiling, holding maybe the outer edges of your feet or your outer ankles, or even peace fingers over your big toes, but try to plug your tailbone down, lower back roots down, shoulders push down. And then we'll bring those legs together, giving yourself a nice big hug as your nose lifts up to those knees. Take a full breath. And exhale for your Shavasana. Legs long, arms long. Close the eyes. And then let's exhale everything out of your body. Open mouth, exhale, get empty. Big breath in through the nose. Fill the belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale when you're ready. Soften, let it go. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And with every exhale, natural passive exhale, just let go. Let go, let go, relax, relax, relax. Feel from the crown of your head, down your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks and jaw, totally release. Feel your neck soft, your throat soft, collarbones heavy into the shoulder blades and the shoulders and arms. Feel the curve of your spine and little muscles along the spine. Just let go. The hips and the legs and the feet. Just feel heavy and effortless as you just rest in your Shavasana. Be here for a couple minutes. Give yourself the permission you need to be present with the desire to release and let go. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your body. Notice the inside layer of your eyelids. Move your eyes under them, noticing the fluctuation of light there. Bring your awareness to your tongue. Move your tongue on your palate or over your teeth or lips and swallow. Start to deepen the breath. Feel your chest rise a little bit and fall a little effortlessly. Cross toes, stretch fingers to thumbs. Rock your head right and left. And we'll stretch arms back, legs long, reach and stretch and flex. Take a big breath in. Exhale and relax. And the knees roll over to your side, whichever side. Rest for a moment for a breath and bring your intention back into your mind. Use your hands and sense of touch to come to a seat. We'll close our practice together. Sitting nice and tall, rooting out of your hips, growing longer through the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head. Let's meet our palms at our heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale. Feel the corners of your mouth lift to your ears. Give yourself a smile. on this first practice of your new year with this group. Maybe you've practiced already, maybe not. So just hold gratitude for having brought yourself here no matter what. Right? Among all the other things that we have to choose to do in our day, you chose to take this time to be with yourself, to connect with your body, your breath, and your own well-being, setting the tone for maybe just today, this week, this month, or this whole year. And begin to rub your palms, generate heat and energy in your hands as you go faster, faster, faster. Bring your warm palms then to cup over your closed eyes, shielding with a little bit of darkness, soothing for the nervous system. Take a full breath in. And exhale as you release your hands slowly down the face. Connect your palms again in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and my family. Namaste. Yay. Hearts. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. How's everyone feeling?
Sore. I haven't been doing that, but it's good.
Good. Awesome. Yeah. Sore. Your body's like, oh, wow. When I don't move for a couple weeks, I can tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh,
Thanks
good.
so much.
Well, drink lots of water. Keep the fluids going.
Okay, see you next week.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Gina. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you. I'm going to pause the recording now, guys.